right, boys, it's that time of the year again. I was able to finish the story. So today we're having that discussion. The community also is having discussion, and it's like there's two sides to this. So I'm actually curious what you think. Currently, people say that this event is like, well, the storyline wise, we're not considering the event. All right, I get it. They cooked with the event. It was a very good event. I'm not counting that. We're counting solely the story experience. Now we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna get yelled at. We're gonna do this entire process. We're gonna have some fun with it. First off, let me know down in the comments what you think. I want you to give me a rating, 1 out of 10, on how you thought the story was. 10 being amazing, 1 being terrible. What do you think? I'll give you my rating in a little bit. Today, let's talk about it. The community is also on a different side for this. So let's jump into it. I also have a Reddit post that's actually very cool, and the meme fits perfectly. So I wanted to show this to you, and I want to see if you disagree or do you agree with it. Let's find out. My opinion on collab so far. Now, the reason that I'm showing this one is because it kind of resonated with my opinion. Not exactly, but we'll talk about that, right? So on one hand, crossover waifus. Let me open this up. We gotta experience this meme in the full capacity as possible, right? Here we go. On one hand, crossover waifus. On the other hand, disappointing and underwhelming story. Now, hear me out. Let's establish some facts before we progress onwards. Did we get crossover waifus? Oh yeah, we did. Did A2 and 2B solo what Chainsaw Man was as waifus? Yeah. I'm sorry. Makima with a coat wasn't it. Makima without a coat wasn't it. A2 and 2B? Oh, nah. Nothing can compare. Moving forward. On the other hand, when we're talking about story, Chainsaw Man, if I were to rate it, 2 out of 10. You can ask me. And then, like you can literally ask me. You'll be like, go. What happened in the Chainsaw Man X Nikke story? And I could not tell you for the life of me. I could literally not give you a single word. I could tell you hi and bye. That's literally what happened. They said, hi, what's up? How's life? Well, we gotta go. Don't think like we ever happened. We'll just act like we're never here. Boom. The end of the story. I cannot tell you for a second what the hell happened in that event, all right? For Nier, there was a lot going on. Was it much better? It was. Was it like peak, Nier fiction? Nah. It was great, and I did think that it was much better than Chainsaw Man, but it could have been a lot better. I was expecting a lot from this event, only aspect of story, but it could be licensing things. They just don't want to like push more stories. I feel that like the one who carried story was A2 and A2. Someone commented that. I don't know the name of the other characters, like A2 and was it P something, P12, something like that. What was the name? I forgot the name. A2 and P12, yeah. So A2 and P12, right? They actually carry the story for me too. Like that's who I was like looking forward to every time. Like the 9S and 2B story was just It was okay. Every time they like switch back to that thing, I'd be like tapping faster to go through the not like that. Clicking faster to get through the messages. So that was my entire thing. But for the most part, it wasn't a bad story. But the community. So I'll give you my rating. Let's go with that first, and then we'll move on. I'll give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. Correct. I don't give 10s often. Correct. There's only a few events that I call the 10. So it's not a 9, right? There's some better events out there, but it's definitely a 7 or 8. All right. I can argue kind of an 8, but maybe 7. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty freaking good. I enjoyed it. I liked it. But here, honestly, I think that A2 and P12 story carried was actually carried the entire thing, right? It was much better than anything Chainsaw Man had to offer. But yeah, 2B and 9S really didn't do much. Also, Pascal wasn't even mentioned once. Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah, I forgot Pascal was a thing. You can see Pascal's story in the Advise episodes, which were the best of the 3 collab characters we got, to be honest. Damn, yeah. That means that wow, that was weird. I was thinking the trailer, like we saw Pascal like that, they're going to show Pascal throughout the entire event. But not even a second for Pascal? Yeah, it's true. I don't know why I just realized that, yeah. Oh my god, this man has just like opened my whole mind. This collab was significantly better, 100%. Like, this collab was... Like, I'd say this collab was a 10 out of 10. Chainsaw Man was like a 6 out of 10. Chainsaw Man had nothing to like really do. The map was stale. The only reason I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 is because I was biased to the IP. I like Chainsaw Man. It was a really cool IP. Power was like okay. Makima was like a defender character, being defense and just that's it. Like tank, that's it. I don't know, man. The collab could have been so much better. And what it is basically if Chainsaw Man was in this situation where Nikke, collaborated with Nier first, Chainsaw Man would not have gotten the treatment it did. It got the treatment because it was like they were new to the game in a way where they just launched. They don't know too much of what the community likes, what the community doesn't like. So they later learned like, oh, now we know what to do. So if Chainsaw Man launched today, it would have been in a much better kind of handling of it, right? It would have been much better. So kind of sucks that it was the first collab. I'll hate that forever, but again, it gives us hope that they learn. Now they learn from Nier, and they know what people want, they know what people like. So when it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners, when it's let's say Black Lagoon, when it's like those are the ones that I want, so I keep saying them. Evangelion, whenever it's anything like this, they will have much more experience, being 2 collaborations in much more time, so they'll probably do better, correct? That's there. But I want to read this also. Very true. This is one of the. This had at least, or this one at least had a functional story, which is true. But for whatever reason, Shift Up really doesn't want to use their collab characters as anything more than side pieces. In both stories, the collab characters show up, are confused how they got there, share a few lines with the counters, then the story ends. Maybe it's a licensing thing. I don't know. They just seem to be really hesitant to do anything interesting with the characters themselves, which is again there. But we also have this. I like the Nier story. It's very on brand for Nier. So remember, there are people that like it. There are people that are gonna be, okay with it. Which again is not a bad story. It is not a bad story by whatever means, right? It's just I expect a little bit more. I was like, they're gonna cook here. But again, it was still a great story, better than whatever Chainsaw Man was, right? Because again, we keep comparing it to the spectrum. The Nier one was passable. The only complaint I think that fits it was too short, which is true. However, the story is quite faithful to the concepts and philosophy in Nier. We also had B 1002, which was a cutie pie. All right. On one hand, 2B and 9S feel bland AF. On the other hand, you get development between. Yeah, exactly. Like these two are cooking the entire story. This is the only reason we're giving it a rating. Like genuinely. And nice story about Product 12 in general. Miles better than Chainsaw Man. Don't even get me, dude. Listen. Chainsaw Man is going to be always regarded as the worst thing we've ever gotten in this game, dude. Like that. And again, it's not the event. I want to make sure this is clear. Whenever I say that, people are like, well, Chainsaw Man was great. Chainsaw Man as a collab was fine. As an overall collab, the story was just not it. And if you've played other stories that Nikke has brought us, there's some great stories. That, I don't even remember it, man. I want to go back and look for a video and just like remember it together so we could cry about what the hell we played. But yeah, I wasn't there for Chainsaw Man, but Nier story seemed more like Product 12 story more than anything else. You see what I mean? This is the funniest thing. Everyone is talking about this. Like we all have the same opinion here. This is sad. We all see how bad this is because it's just like A2 and that little bit more interesting stuff happened. Like that was like they were the only 2 I was watching for. Like at a point, I was skipping through some of the other text there. Give Nier this. The writing of the different Product 12s was AS, thought-provoking as Nier usually gets. Dude, I don't even know. And then another opinion, Shift Up seems to have problems making collaboration characters matter. Again, could be some IP holder stuff, could be whatever, could be licensing, whatever. What I will say is, I think they did great on the story. They could definitely have done better, 100%. But in comparison to Chainsaw Man, which again, not a real high bar jump over, they did much better. I like the story. I still give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. I think A2 still carry the story for what it is. But I think, I don't know. I don't know if they, some gacha games, I think like Grand Cross, originally when they used to do stories for collaboration events, the AOT story was pretty cool. Like the way that they merged the universes, because it's like, there's a giant, if you watch 7DS, you kind of know this, named Deanne. Now, Titans are technically giants. So when the AOT crew showed up, they saw Deanne, and they're like, oh, we gotta murk this giant real quick. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, because they think that she's a Titan, because they are used to seeing giants, and this is a giant, it's probably a Titan. So that's a little bit of a cool thing. And they continuously do the story where they're apologizing to her because they attacked her first. And it's like there's some really cool things that continue on in the story because the universes are different and they somehow merge, correct? And make it very nice. Here, I mean, A2 did it. A2 cooked. And then every 2 seconds, I don't trust you. All right? But for the most part, I think for what it is, still did great. But, in the future, I'm hoping they cook a lot more with stories. Definitely gone much better with stories as it is. I'm not going to complain over it. It's not like the event sucks because the story sucks. No, the event is still a 10 out of 10. Overall, they've done really good stuff with this collaboration. It sets the bar up there for future collaborations. But again, one more statement, just one last roast. I will stop roasting Chainsaw Man after today. You can't lower the bar so much. Like the bar was so low that Nier was going to be better. Anything they do. With anything they do, Nier was going to be better. I'm just kidding. But yeah, overall, that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you think about it. But yeah, my 10 cents. Let me know.